Happy New Year from Dyeverse Designs. New Year's, that time of resolutions that we usually break within a month. Yes, those resolutions, that time for change, where we want to get better, we want to get rid of the bad, do things good for ourselves and grow and get better. Well, how would you like a New Year's resolution that you'll want to keep year after year? Come on in and check it out. Dyeverse Designs, positive energy designs for positive energy people, aka living for the better good of all. And that is my challenge to you, to make your New Year's resolution to start living for the better good of all with every action you take, with every decision you make. It's going to be a long process. You got to start step by step, but I promise you, the results are worth it. I've been doing this since I was 12 years old. I'll be 59 in a few weeks. So what is living for the better good of all? Well, everybody's going to have or should have their own definition of what living for the better good of all is all about. For me, it's doing what I can with the skills, talents, qualities, and resources that I have to lift everyone I come even in just eye contact with. To leave everyone I come in contact with, even you viewing this now, to leave you feeling at least a tiny bit better than you did before you had contact with me. I strive every single day to be a positive energy in this universe. I try to give that positive energy to everyone I possibly can, to charge them up, lift them up, make them feel better, just make this world a better place. Now this starts by understanding a few situations, and by being more understanding in our lives. First, we need to understand we are all in this together. We have a symbiotic relationship. What affects one affects all of us somewhere down the road, somewhere along the line. It's a ripple effect, and it's not just global. It affects the people we love. It affects people in ways that we don't even realize because we're too closed off in our own little world of pain. In the end, it always comes down. Life is just perception. What we have to do is always, we have a choice. And we have the choice to either react or respond. And even in those choices, we can choose to do it in a loving win-win way, or we can choose to do it in an angry win-lose way. One example would be you're driving down the street and somebody cuts you off right at the last minute to get to their exit. Now, your initial reaction is probably going to be to either honk at them, curse at them, give them the finger, some angry reaction, which is going to make them angry back. And you're both going to relive this over and over in your mind all day. It's going to ruin both of your days. Or you could act in compassion. And you can say, you know what? Let me just let this guy in. He's obviously got to get to this exit. I've made that mistake myself and wish somebody had given me a break. Let me just let him in. And we both go our way and everybody's happy. Everybody has a good day. That's just a small example of one choice you can make in a day that makes the world better for at least two people, you and that other person. And you don't know how many other people that's going to make better because you didn't have to keep reliving all that negativity to your coworkers or your spouse or loved ones and ruin their day or drag them down. Because it is, negative energy does drag everybody down. We always have a choice in any given situation. A choice to lift up or a choice to pull down. Now, this is not an easy thing, folks. It's something that takes lots of diligence, lots of practice, but it's also going to take a very thick skin because there's going to be people who are going to take you for granted, and you're going to put a lot of positive energy out there that's going to get rejected. So you've still got to keep your defenses up because, as I said, that rejection and that being taken for granted, it can be very frustrating. It can be very heartbreaking. To just see how just giving somebody a heartfelt smile can just warm them and just light them up. It's just such an awesome feeling for doing something that's so simple. You could do something as simple as just reaching out to somebody that you know is hurting, just to give them some sympathy, some comfort, even if it's just a friendly listening ear. There's no feeling so great as when you just experience the heartfelt thanks and relief when you help somebody that they get from that. It could even be something as silly, like just making somebody laugh at a time that they really needed it. You never know what somebody's going through, that some little smile or some little compliment might have been the exact thing that kept them from blowing their brains out or something, you know what I mean? It's just amazing what we can do. And a lot of times this comes from just understanding. And what we really need to do is just take a look inside at ourselves, a deeper look, and say, hey, wait a minute, I've done the same thing myself. If I can forgive myself, I should certainly have compassion and forgive others. It's learning to live lovingly, to want to serve, to want to give. We've been given so much. Let's do something to give back to other people. Can you imagine when I look at what about a couple 100,000 people did in the protest that started with the George Floyd riots? When I look at what they were able to accomplish with that, can you imagine 100,000 people working on living for the better good of all? Wow! I mean, can you even begin to imagine the change we can begin to make? So right now, the only question is, are you going to be one of those people who makes that change? Who makes this world a better place? Who makes it a more loving place and a more positive place, a more fantastic place to live in? I hope you will. I really do. That's my New Year's challenge to you for your resolution this year. If you want a great place to start, I can give you an entire video series that deals with the one thing that takes us from this course that every one of us in this entire world, since man has been able to walk, does that takes us away from this mission. It's called emotional ping pong, and I've studied it for 47 years intensely in tens of thousands of people. I've delved as deep as you can go into it, and I figured out how to beat it. When you get to see these videos and you see how it affects your life and you have no idea, and the lives of your children, your loved ones, you won't believe it and you'll be amazed. So I really hope you'll check it out. I super hope you'll take the challenge. Now, as somebody who lives for the better good of all, I can tell you nothing feels better than when I do something good for somebody else. I want to give you that feeling right now. It's going to be a little green tie-dye shirt in a circle between two videos going to pop up. Please click that subscribe button for me. I need it. I get rated higher in the search engine so that I can be seen. I can't get at all this goodness unless I can get seen. So help me out. You'll be helping me. You'll be helping everybody that I'll be able to reach. It's just something that just keeps going and giving. I promise you'll feel great that you did, and it'll be so appreciated. Go ahead and click that button. You'll feel great. Till then, I'm living for the better good of all. I hope you are too.